Hello, good morning and welcome to New Forest Morphs. It's just coming up for 12:35 and we're coming alive and Jared is with me today. Jared, we've had a nice cleaning session. How did you get on with the hatchings today?
Yeah, it's all good, all fine.
Looking good, yeah. You were saying that they shedded out beautifully with the new Cocoa Viper bedding.
Yeah.
And you were quite impressed with how clean they were and how happy they were.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the babies are settling down into the new bedding now. Well, I think it takes a couple of weeks for them to do that. But I think the initial indication is good. We spent less time cleaning, which is important. You do more spot cleaning than thorough cleaning in terms of removing all of the paper we were before. And we're finding that the cocoa husk is lasting a long time and it's looking good. So we're really pleased. We've got 3 snakes in front of us today that I wanted to show you. And these are how hatchlings that are progressing. The first one here is available, which is a pastel banana het G-stripe boy. And you can see he's very pretty. He's had 8 mils, and I think he should be coming in a good weight, Jared. I think we can weigh him and see what weight he's coming in. So we just do that, and this is available. And I think we would probably sell him for £120, Jared. Do you think it's a reasonable price? And that's a banana pastel het G-stripe. So let's just see whether he's coming in at 100 grams. Hopefully he is. While you're doing that, you can just see how beautiful he is. Look at the vibrant colours on him and beautiful patterns. So if you want to get into the G-stripe, there's a pastel banana. What weight have we got, Chad?
115.
115, so doing well. So he's good to go. We are getting some inquiries on Morph Market at the moment, so thank you for those inquiries. Here we wanted to give you an update on these other snakes here. Now this is from the Russo clutch. Now Jared, just talk us through the genetics of what we've got going on here.
So this one was born with one eye, but this one has everything inside of it. It's a yellow belly, fire, het Russo, het pied.
Yeah.
And he's got some really cool patterns.
Isn't he beautiful? I think we're going to have him as a pet holdback, aren't we, Jared? Just look at the wacky patterns. When you put yellow belly and Russo together, and what was the other genetic, Jared, that you...
Yellow belly, fire and Russo.
Fire, yellow belly and Russo go really well together. Just look how beautiful. It isn't het for anything. I think it's...
It is het for pied.
Oh, it's het for pied. So it's het for pied as well. You can see the blind eye on this side. But it's eating absolutely okay, isn't it, Jared? And you're quite impressed. Is it feeding by itself now? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is feeding
It's
by
had a couple
itself.
of weeks of feeding by itself.
Yeah. Let's just see how its weight's doing. But I think it's a very, very pretty snake. And he's got some character to him. You see the one... He's got one blind eye.
Emily's named him Amond.
Amond. Now is that after a character that's blind?
Yeah, there's a series called House of Dragon.
Okay. What way is he coming in, Jared?
75.
Yeah, he was a runt when he came out of the egg.
He was tiny, yeah.
He was, so he's doubled in size, which is a good thing, and he's doing well. So it's lovely to see some of these snakes that aren't perfect genetically doing well, and he's quite a character really. He would make a wonderful pet, but a really, really beautiful pattern to him. You like his pattern, Jared, don't you?
Yeah.
So that's lovely. And then his sibling, which is this one here, is I don't think it's carrying
Fire and Russo.
Fire and Russo, but it's not carrying the yellow belly.
No.
So you can see the difference between the two. Yellow belly just brightens up the intensity as you compare the 2 snakes, but they're from the same clutch. But this one's available, Jared. So we've got Fire, Russo, and is that 100% het for pied as well?
Yep.
So I think we'd probably let that one go for about £80 if anyone's interested in getting into the Russo project. We'd say £80 on that one.
And Russo's part of the bell complex, so you
Yes.
get 2 Russos together, you get a bell.
Yeah, you can see the pretty patterns. See the lovely whites underneath there. See those whites? Popcorn underneath, Jared. So I think these are pretty little snakes. And so that one will probably need another couple of meals before it's ready to go. 80 grams, Jared?
75.
75. So similar size. They're both growing together, similar size. So I think we'll put those back, Jared, and then what I wanted to do today is just decide what we're going to do with Leona. Now we've got Leona in there, which we haven't checked her follicles yet. Can you just have a look at her, Jared, and just see? We've had several snakes come out of shed. Looking good. We're going to decide what we're going to be doing with this beautiful pied girl.
She's getting big, isn't she?
She is getting big. You can wear it over there, see what weight she's coming in at. I'm thinking that she's getting close to 2 kilograms.
She is 2,215 grams.
Wow. So she must be getting on for 3 years of age now. Let's have a look at her and see what you think's going on here, Jared. So you can see with the cine pies you get a beautiful cinnamon head stamp. I'm thinking, looking at the mouth, there's pastel in her as well.
Definitely.
And then I don't think there's yellow belly, but there are some jagged marks on her. So it'd be interesting whether or not she does produce yellow belly or not. I don't think she will. But feeling how chunky she is and how solid she is, Jared, I think we've got to decide what we're going to do in terms of colt. Could be a good option for her because I think we haven't got cinnamon going into the Ultramel hide project. So let's have a look at colt as a possibility. And if we look at he's just shut out today. Let's just put her back. She's enjoying the exploration. Today we've been checking temps as well because we've had a seasonal fluctuation being the 1st of October. This is traditionally a time where a lot of people start breeding. We're holding back at this moment in time, Jared, aren't we?
Waiting for a few shed tests.
Shed tests once they come back. Also, we're just going to let the follicles grow because they will grow, but I think we're in no rush to start breeding at this stage. But I know a lot of people out there are asking the right time to breed, and it's obviously your preference as to when you want to breed. But Jared and I are going to be very, very selective this year, and we're going to be looking carefully at the males that we're going to be putting into some of these beautiful girls who are obviously ready to go. Colt is one of them. Now, if we just have a look at him, he has shed out today. Now, I just wanted to show you, he's a couple of years of age now. He is very mature. I think he's ready to go. Let's just weigh him and see exactly how much he weighs. And let's see if we can get an indication of size and sperm. So what have we got there, Jared?
1,015 grams.
Right, do you want to just check his sperm plugs, Jared, and see whether he's producing sperm? So this is a procedure we go through. When we go through the procedure for checking boys being healthy and ready to go, Jared, so this is the first step, is we're just checking to see whether he's producing sperm, and you can see there in abundance, which is fantastic.
Let me get a little tissue.
Get a little tissue, Jared. I can get one for you if you like. You got one there. So he's well up to size, in good weight, over 1,000 grams. You can see how pretty he is. Beautiful colours. And what other checks would you do, Jared, before you put a male in with a female?
So overall health. So the weight's the first thing.
Yeah.
Check the weight, make sure they're strong enough, because a lot of males will go off food.
Yeah.
When they're breeding, so you want to make sure they've got a good reserve.
Yes.
You want to make sure that they're producing sperm. Make sure they're definitely a boy.
Yep. Well, that one's no doubt.
The other thing we like to do is check their eyes.
Yep.
Make sure the eyes are looking healthy.
So what are you looking for on looking at the eyes of the snake?
Good hydration, so you want to make sure there's no dimpling
Right.
in the eye caps. So they look clear, they're not cloudy, they're not looking bad.
Yeah.
The other thing is you look around their mouth, make sure they haven't got any RI or any diseases or mites or anything.
And you're listening to their
So
breathing as
if
well?
you look what I do here, I slowly pull the cheek down a little bit. That lets you look inside the mouth and it's nice and dry.
Okay. So that's a good test to do. Yeah. And there is a credit card test if you want to go deeper.
Yeah, you can open them up more, but
Yeah. Or you can use cotton buds. So we've often used credit cards or cotton
normally you
buds.
can tell. If a snake's sick, you can tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can
What
do that.
signs are you looking for? If it's lethargic, it's normally sick. If it's laying with its head down all the time or it's on its side, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
That will be an indication that it's not healthy. Also looking at body weight and size for the boys. What are you looking for, Jan, in terms of body condition and scales?
You want them to be, so we like ours to not be too chunky, but to be like a solid muscular snake.
Yeah.
We find they produce better when they do that.
Okay.
We don't breed anything under 600 grams, but we like them to be 700 to 1,000 ideally.
Yeah. Lovely, Jared. Well, that's really helpful, so thank you for sharing that. That's quite helpful for new breeders coming in, because a lot of the time people do guess and worry, is this the right time, is he ready? This is what we would look at. Now you could go for lower than that, 600 or 700 grams, doesn't have to be 1,000.
No.
But how many girls would you put him to, Jared? What would be your
I reckon you could comfortably go to 4 or 5 girls.
4 or 5 girls?
Usually you want to give them a bit of a break, so maybe one a week for a month.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they get a couple of days break in between.
Right.
You got to play it by ear though. If they start looking like they're stressed out or they're not
Yes.
breeding, then stop them.
So, although it's important to start the breeding process, keep something in the tank for the end, because a lot of people make the mistake of overbreeding their boys, and the most important lock is normally the final lock, even though they can store sperm. The final lock tends to capture the clutch, Jared. So
Yeah.
thanks for demonstrating that. That was really,
Sorry.
really helpful, and I hope it helps some of the newer breeders out there. So I think, as far as Leona is concerned, we'll probably get the follicle test on her later. We are feeding our babies today, Jared. If you'd like to just show the prey items that we've got out.
30-gram Maltese for the bigger ones. We got fluffs for the smaller ones, and then for the picky ones we got really tiny 5 to 10 gram Maltese.
Excellent. And I think checking out some of our bigger girls, let's just check the behaviour of some of the bigger girls. So I think the other thing is, how do we know when the girls are ready? And Money Penny would be a classic example here. So you can see that what I've done is I've checked temperatures. I've got the temperature gauge out, and if you pass me the temperature gun, Jared. When we get these seasonal fluctuations in weather conditions, your ambient temperature can drop a little bit. So what we've done is we've got the space heater over there, Jared. I've increased that.
We've got this too.
And we've got this too. So let's talk about temperature controls as the winter is coming, or at least we're in the autumn. But it does show information to your phone as well, Jared. And we do check daily the range that we've had, and it can fluctuate from what was yesterday's reading, Jared.
I'll show you. So this is what you see. Like this. So I can see the temperature range of yesterday. It was ranging between 75 and 78 ambient temperature.
Yeah.
Gives you humidity and gives you temperature currently.
How's the humidity holding out, Jared?
49% at the moment, but it's between 49 and 55.
So that's your ambient temperature and your ambient humidity. If you were to check inside the rubs, obviously they'd be higher because of their water bowls.
We could do a test and put one in.
Yeah, I think
and
we
leave
should.
Leave it over the day and see what it roughly is.
Yeah. The ones I've done using my temperature gun has a humidifier gauge on it as well, is that it's coming in at about 60, another 10% inside the rubs, and some of the cocoa husk, Jared, is even better, as high as 70. So I think that's why they're shedding out really well. But every adult that is moving into shed, we top up the humidity so they shed beautifully, and so that's good. So I'm just checking the temps here. Now what I've done here is I've got 87 degrees here, Jared, on the hotspot. Now that is probably 2 degrees lower than the 90 that people normally look for. I've done that on purpose because we're now in cooling period and building period. Dropping the temperatures a little bit can help because I don't want them overheating.
And it won't harm them.
No, they can be safe within 82 to 88 comfortably, and even lower than that, to be honest with you. But I find that the girls, but have a look at Money Penny, and this gives you an idea of what she's doing. Is she's bowl wrapping part of her body, as you can see. She's not on the hot spot. So if I check her temperature, she's liking 81, 82 is what she wants, which is ideal follicle development growth, Jared. That's why we like to have a range of 78 to 88. They can move up and down that range. They'll use their water bowls to cool. And you can see she's reconditioned. She gave us 2 back-to-back lunches, but look how healthy she is, Jared. I mean, she's ready to go again for this season. And what we will do is we will put either Sam, our double het firefly hypo boy, or if Archie's shed comes back and he's a hypo boy, but if he is het pied, he'll be going to her and we'll be shooting for this hypo pieds again. And hopefully third year lucky will hit them. So there's an example of what's going on here. You'll see that Zag is smelling the food for the babies. Now, Zag is our beautiful bamboo girl, and as you can see, it is a dangerous thing to do, to allow her to, but she's coming out.
There's no food.
She's smelling the food over there, Jared, but she wants food. But you can see that she's exploring. She might even be looking for a partner. I think that she needs more conditioning anyway. We're not planning to breed with her this year. In fact, I believe we've got a friend that will be buying that from us. So we're going to get it into reconditioning mode, ready for him to breed with. So we'll just put her back and see how she's doing. Now Calypso is taking her second large rat, so you can see how she's doing. So just see how the girls are coming. We were worried about her, weren't we, Jared? But now let's just look at what she's doing. So she is getting back up to size. She loves a big water bowl. She loves her big hide. And she is starting to get back into condition, Jared. She's taken two 200-gram rats, and she normally, growing up, she was quite picky, wasn't she, Jared?
She used to be, yeah.
But now she's had her clutch, and now she's bouncing back off that clutch. She's now needing to replenish the reserves and realising that she's getting ready for next season. So she'll need to give her probably another 6 weeks of food, Jared, before we start pairing with her, get her back to top condition, give her plenty of time to rest. She went quite late in the season compared to the other girls, so she will need a bit more time. Toast, your favourite girl that we're not going to breed this year, and we haven't decided whether we're going to keep her or sell her. She is one of your originals, Jared. You see she's bowl wrapping, so she's building follicles. And she's
very reliable,
produces like 10 egg clutches every year. So if there's anyone out there that's interested in the cinnamon genetic, please hit us up, because we might be willing to let her go to a new breeder coming up that would like a nice big clutch of eggs, and they like the cinnamon genetic, so we might let that one go. Jared and I are starting to reduce the size of the collection, therefore we are starting to sell some of our traditional snakes that we've got quite fond to, so we want them to go to good homes. If anybody's interested in picking up some big breeder girls, and we'd do a probably price of £100 for a Jared, do you think it would be reasonable?
Yeah.
Or if you want to keep her, you might be attached.
I'm right.
Are you okay with that? I know sometimes when some of your original stock.
I've got 2 or 3 that are my originals that I will never let go.
Okay, so I think Toast, because we're not going to be breeding, someone else would benefit from her productivity. We will let her go probably for £100 if anyone out there is interested. Isa is looking beautiful, Jared. I mean, just look at her. Classic bowl wrapping. Can you see the building follicles? That's what you're looking for when it comes to bowl wrap. And she's going into shed, but she looks absolutely beautiful, Jared, doesn't she? Mm-hmm. And she gives big clutches. We're holding on to our Inchy Desert Ghost girl because we've got plans for triple recessive projects with her. And again, she is a beautiful animal, so we will keep her. And I think that just gives you a sample. We've got Mango. Let's have a look at Mango. She's one of our big breeder girls. She's going into shed. She's feeding very aggressively right now. Let's have a quick look and see how she's doing. She's one of our favourite snakes, isn't she, Jared? One of your favourites. You've got attached to her over the years because she's launched your super gravel clown project.
We've had her from quite small as well.
Very reliable, gives you eggs every year, and we've grown her on from small. So she's going into shed, so she's feeding well. So that's all good. Tess is huge as well, Jared. Just look at Tess. So
she's a spot nose vanilla.
Spot nose vanilla het clown girl. We'll be breeding with her this year. Going to be hitting those Batmans, having another crack at the Batman. So we've got to keep going. We want to hit a Batman. Hercules will go to her, and Hercules is going to shed right now. So everything is eating well and shedding out. Bubbles is the other big girl that we've got. See what she's up to. Is she bowl wrapping and building? There's your answer. She is cooling. So can you see there, Jared? That's a classic bowl wrap and cooling, and enjoying that. So I think she could give us a clutch this year. And it's nice to have all these established girls, because your chances when they get to 4 or 5 years of age, that's when things become much more reliable. When you've got a 2 to 3 year old girl, it's hit and miss as to whether you get a decent clutch. But once they get past that stage, things start to really happen. Well, I hope that was helpful. Thank you, Jared, for your love and support. Thank you for your love and support on the last video. We appreciate it. Please do hit us up. There's more and more snakes going on Morph Market. And thank you for all the families that reached out to us both on the accounts and tax. We're providing those services, and we're really pleased that quite a few clients are coming forward from that, and we're helping them set up their new companies, we're helping them move forward. And there is a learning curve, and what I'd say is not to worry if you're new to it. Jared and I will guide you through the process of setting up a bank account, setting up a limited company, setting up your accounting software, getting everything working nicely. And it's a step-by-step process, and we can support you on that as well. So thank you for all your recommendations, those that are recommending us to their friends, really appreciate it. We do have capacity within our business to grow that area, So it's one area that we can certainly help the community, Jared, and I think we're quite enjoying the new clients coming through who share that passion for snakes as well. It makes takes the other business to another dimension, so we're very grateful for that. So I think that's all for now. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. We've got the removal men that are putting our furniture back in the house. We're hoping to be in my bed tonight in my house, so I should hopefully be sleeping well tonight.
This is we, he means he. I'll be in my house.
I was referring to Mandy actually.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. But Jared's got his own little place, so yeah. Anyway, I think it's one less stress and tension that will be coming off us as soon as we're back into our home. And I wanted that to happen for Christmas, so we can have a lovely traditional family Christmas this year. It would be lovely. Well, if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. We're here to put out plenty of content, and we'll keep you informed with how we're doing. And thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.